Head Kate coming together. This is time for the final here at Birmingham, Saturday night the 11th of July for the 8th round of the National Series for the Classics. And panning down to the front as we anticipate this 20-lap clutch start event. We have the two B-graded drivers out there, of course, with 31 Steve Gooding and 159 Mick Caton. Every driver tonight has experienced what they describe to be extremely slippy conditions, but I don't think it's detracted too much from the spectator side of things. It's been some good clean racing. We've just seen Chris Caton out there, I should say. If we just pan back quickly to Chris, having taken a third and a second, he would love a win, but he knows that the likes of those higher graded drivers behind him, particularly Andy Stewart, who has won 2 events already this evening, the most prolific race winner so far this season is Andy, of course, that Andy's car set up to the nth degree, and if anybody's going to get the power, it'll be Mr. Stewart. So a quick feature of 135 Big Cushion, a delightful black Anglia with the gold highlights, looking very much like a John Player special Grand Prix car of the 1970s. Now Mick, racing for the first time at this meeting tonight. Hasn't had any previous racing experience, but has been a long time enthusiast of racing and has always loved the classic hot rods, and it's a bit of a dream come true for Mick to have invested his time and energy and fortune into classics, and he's now looking forward to be part of the scene. So fortune has not been quite with him so far tonight, with a little bit of engine trouble despite all the hundreds of laps practice he has put in here at Birmingham this last few weeks. But we're getting ready for the start of racing. And here comes the start marshal. Green flag. The delightful yowl of those engines as they falter into life. Gooding taking the bend for the first time. Mick right with him. Steve Gooding going quite well in his Hellman Avenger this evening. So those your lead drivers hovering up down the home straight. Chris Caton in third place at 275. Then the charge of the higher graded drivers headed by 445 Graham Lloyd and number 8 Darren Owen. Then goes 198 Andy Stewart, currently at the back at the moment. Is 1440. Stewart gets on the inside of Owen. He's looking to follow through if he can. Really on the limits now, trying to get as much of that limiting grip down with these Avon short classic hot rods. So there's Boyd ahead of them, Caton, and the leaders. Steve Gooding has won a final. Gooding won one at Northampton over a year ago in that Hillman. You can hear the Cushions car is sounding a little bit sick again. The battle is on for the lead as the top 3 now closely together. This has been good close racing in the Classics tonight, despite the limited numbers in attendance. Moving into turn 3. Mick Caton gets wide and allows his brother Chris to go through into second place. And all 8 cars closely together now in this evenly matched competition. Classics put on a good display as 445 Graham Lloyd is on the outside line of 159 Mick Caton. And Boyd gets it, currently in third place with 198 Andy Stewart looking for the triple tonight. Right behind Boyd at the moment, the lead driver still with 31 31, Steve Gooding. Then comes 275, Chris Caton. 445, Graham Boyd. 198, Andy Durrant Stewart. And then number 8, Daz Owen at 1. Just have a look how close they are now as Caton looks for the outside line on Gooding. It'd be good if he makes this stick on this very slippy surface here at Birmingham Wheels. Blue flag goes out to tell the drivers to hold their lines as they move through the turns, and Gooding losing a little bit of momentum now. Kate now leading. Boyd now looking for second, and here comes Durrant Stewart in third as we move to the halfway stage of this race. So 10 laps still remaining. It's always a delight to see drivers be able to use that outside line and make it stick. Foxlow has managed to follow Durrant Stewart past the 31 car, and they're chasing 445 Graham Boyd. So it's a close battle for the lead. This King still has it as they come to lap 135. Mick Cushion, the novice driver. On the old get past quite cleanly. Of sensibility they're letting the experienced drivers through. So the battle very much on for the lead. This is a good final. Incredible how closely competitive these cars are as the 5 top drivers here tonight are nose to tail. Let's see how much longer than Chris Caton can hang on. He would love a win. Certainly with 445 Graham Boyd riding shotgun, he has a chance, although Stewart looking for the dive as he famously does, trying to get past, and if he can get past Boyd then Caton's lead will be under threat. Foxlow right with Andy Durrant Stewart now getting on the inside of 445 Graham Boyd. Boyd trying to hang on, but here comes Stewart through. And now, really, Andy's presence is going to be felt as he moves through turn 1. Caton now under a lot of pressure from the man in the 198 machine. Caton tries to hold his line, keeps it nice and tight as he moves through turn 3 and out of 4. With lap boards out, and Caton will really be wanting to hang on. This is a good final. Here comes Stewart now with another one of his famous dives, but 275 Chris Caton still has that lead. Beginning to feel a degree of rubbing. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that is a shame. That is a terrible shame. I think the wheels just rubbed and they helplessly lost control and into the wall they went, and that's a desperate shame. And I think that might be the termination of this race. Just one of those things where the wheels just came together, the steering wheel just gets thrown out of the driver's hands, and that was a tidy smack in the wall for both Graham Boyd and Tim Foxlow. Terrible shame, and quite a distinct amount of damage to the 144 car and that of Graham Boyd. See Graham just getting out. That would have hurt both of them. It was the last time here at Birmingham Wheels, about 18 months ago, which we saw a big crash that involved Paul Bowring and Dean Hunt, well actually no, 2.5 years ago, where a very similar but worse accident took place, and just when those wheels catch each other like that, no time to react. So the Foxlow car being sadly pulled away to the infield. Trying to make their decision as to the best way of remove these cars from the racetrack. Clearly they believe that the last few laps are going to be intended to be run. So we'll pause it just at the moment, I think, just to allow these cars to be removed, and that's a terrible shame.